Okay, thanks everyone for joining us back at the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. It's been a busy Thursday here in downtown Providence, but I'm very excited, a great story here to welcome my next guest and guests because we have coach and players. We've got the Warwick North junior softball team going back to the World Series. I've got Kevin Detroia, the esteemed coach, coming around the corner, fresh off their victory in Connecticut. Coach, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
You're going back to the World Series. Talk with us a little bit about the journey to get here. I mean, we're back this year, but you've been, and this is a group of young women that you have been coaching for a while. So maybe even go back further. What does this mean?
This is a great opportunity. The girls are actually getting to go back to the World Series as juniors this year. 2 years ago, they went as 11 and 12s, and they went all the way to Portland, Oregon, made it to the championship game, and finished second place in the world. Fast forward to the year after, and the girls go as juniors for the first time ever with this league, and they end up finishing third in the world and first in the best in the East. Best in the United States. And then this year, 2 years later, the girls are back together. 11 of the original girls from 2 years are back together to play again.
The gang is back together. So talk with us a little bit about the victory in Connecticut and then eyeing the World Series.
In Connecticut, we had a pool play in the beginning. They swept the pool play for their division, went 4 wins, no losses, played against Pennsylvania, which was a tough team, in the semifinals, beat them, and then they moved on to face Connecticut East. They won yesterday, 11-1 against that team. It was a best of 3, and then Connecticut East again today, and they ended up finishing and beating them 10-0. So they swept that.
11-1, 10-0. Okay, so who are the big bats?
Well, we had a couple of back-to-back home runs. Olivia Murray, Deanna Rodas, Alyssa Richards. Everybody was just contributing. They had a great time, and they did a great job doing what they had to do, and they got the runs we needed.
So you literally came back from Connecticut today.
Yes.
Turning around. Taking off.
Yep, we're leaving tonight at 12 o'clock from the Warwick North Little League, heading down to New Jersey to leave out in Newark, and heading out to Kirkland, Washington tomorrow morning for 9:30.
Kirkland, Washington for 9:30. So what's the schedule, do you know, for the World Series yet?
It's up. I'm not familiar with what's going on. Our first game, I believe, is on Sunday, and then we start with facing the West, and then we just move forward. Hopefully we get to the championship round.
How many teams are in the World Series?
10 altogether.
Okay, you've been there before. What's the secret to your success?
It's just a good bond with the girls. We've been coaching them since they were about 5 or 6, so they've been together for a long time. They have a good morale with each other, and they just know what we need them to do on the bench, off the bench, subs, whatever they are, just come in and take care of business, and they do a great job with it.
Does it get to be a little bit of pressure when you get to these high levels, or are they just prepared and ready to go?
No, the pressure's there all the time. We never take anything for granted because it's that one time that you relax, and that's when it doesn't happen. So we try and stay on, try and stay positive, and they do what they have to do.
Okay, so you talk about, obviously, the big bats, but 11-1, 10-0, some good defense, good pitching. Talk a little bit about that.
Defense was great today. We had a great pitcher going, Sierra Ritchie. She pitched a one-hitter. Going into the last, she was pitching a perfect game, and one of the girls on the other team just hit a bloop shot over the shortstop's head, and she ended up with a one-hitter, but she pitched a great game today.
Nothing to shake a stick out of, right. One-hitter. So talk with us a little bit, how big of an event is this? When you go out, how, just people and coverage, and it's the World Series.
Yeah, we try, when it gets to this level, it's not as popular as it is when they're 11 and 12s. So we try and hype it up as much as we can for our parents and our fans around here. We just tell the girls to stay positive. We try and get as many parents out there as we can because we have to take care of the parents. The parents have to fend for themselves out there. Nothing's paid for except for the girls and the coaches. So it's expensive. It's an expensive ride out there and back. So we do the best we can.
And what's the duration, as you said, 10 teams, flying out, thinking your first game, did you say Sunday or Monday?
Sunday, and we're there till the following Saturday. We leave on Saturday. Whether we're in the championship game or not, we have to stay. And we're there till the closing ceremonies on Saturday of next week.
And so where do these young women go? Do they go on to play softball in college?
Some do, some don't. Some just finish out there. A lot of them play travel, hoping to get like a scholarship to a college. And some just like to do it just to play and really don't know if they want to play in college. But we do the best we can with them and try and keep them going. And with Little League, this is great that they can still play at this age of 14, 15 years old.
Yes. And so we've got a couple players. Who do we have around the corner?
We have Deanna Rodas and Madison D'Amato to come in.
Okay, I'm going to have them come around the corner. Coming in, ladies. Come on over here. Come a little closer. Thanks for coming in.
Hi.
I appreciate your coming in today.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Here's the camera. So excited to be able to share this with you. How excited, and we'll start with you, about the win in Connecticut and going to the World Series?
I was pretty excited. This is my third year going, so it's kind of exciting.
Are you nervous?
I'm not really nervous. I think we can win it all this year.
Yeah? Okay, here's hoping. Rhode Islanders are rooting behind you. And are you nervous as well? What's your thoughts on going to Washington?
Well, I'm not really nervous. Like, we've all played together before. I'm not really nervous. I just can't wait to see what the outcome is.
Okay, so highlights from the Connecticut trip. What were the highlights?
I don't really know.
Do you feel you played well?
Yeah, definitely.
Happy with your play? Happy with your play?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're here. It's Friday. It's Thursday afternoon. You got to go home and pack. I mean, do you feel like you're on the treadmill of coming back from Connecticut, heading out to Washington? Is there time to stop and take a breath?
No.
And anything else, folks, that you want to tell? And you want to give any shout outs to people while you're here? Say hi to some folks, rest of the teammates, give some folks a hi. We'll continue to watch them here as they head out to the World Series. Coach, anything else you want to say before we take off here?
No, just we're here. Support us and let's have fun.
Okay, great. The Warwick North Junior Softball team back to the World Series. I appreciate your coming in today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ladies,
Thank you very
Coach,
much.
good
Thank you.
luck.
Thank you.
Women
Thank
for
you.
Rhode Island, we're really proud of you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, guys. Okay, they just won in Connecticut. This is the Warwick North Junior Softball team heading back to the World Series, going out to Washington, as you heard them say, literally heading out, coming back from Connecticut today, going home, packing, washing the uniforms, heading out to Washington for a week. Again, this is for the World Series. They had big wins in Connecticut. Coach said 11-1, 10-0. I think Rhode Island will be pulling for these young women again, playing softball out in Washington in the World Series. Kevin Detroia, the coach of the team, very successful. Appreciate him coming into the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Always love these success stories of youth teams. Rhode Island has had certainly its fair share, and we wish these young women, their families, and coach best of luck out in Washington.